viewers. Welcome to our channel, our education, our thoughts. So, let us see what is a language. So, what do you think of a language? Now, let us see. Language is a means of communication. So that means we can understand here our thoughts, our ideas, our views, whatever it is, to understand the other person. So we have to use some things like. So what are those? That is a means. So in what way we communicate? So our ideas, that is called a language. This language can be seen in two ways. Whether it is verbally or non-verbally. So, we can see verbal mode of language and non-verbal mode of language. In this, what do you mean by verbal language? So, verbal language means speaking or written form like that. So, that means either it is in the form of spoken or in the form of written. Non-verbal means this is the way of signals, gestures or postures, expressions or emotions. So like that we can communicate our ideas or feelings. So we can understand, so for everything to communicate to others, we need these kind of, either it is in the form of non-verbal or in the form of verbal. But what do you mean by a language? Language is the set of some sentences. So these sentences become a meaningful sense, then automatically it becomes. So then what do you feel that sentence means? It's a group of words. Even it is, if you see that in any language, there is some sets. What are those? First, letters. Next, words. These form phrases. These form sentences. And all together form a paragraph. Paragraph 2, a story like or narration like, whatever it is. So this is the way. That means every story, if you see that there are some paragraphs. So all paragraphs will be some group of sentences. These sentences also form some group of phrases. These phrases also group of words, and these words form letters. That is for everything in the form of whether it is in the spoken or written. So that these letters, in everything, if you come to that, know that there are so many languages, of course. In this, the most important language is English. What is that? English. Now, let us see that English language, how is it is made up of, and what are the things that we to know to speak more effectively. That means if our language is very good, the speaker or audience, they can understand you very well. That depends on your way of speaking. So that English is a global language, you know that. Nowadays we can see anywhere, if you go anywhere. So this language is very helpful. Further let us see that language, how is it. So to know that language, we should know that grammar part also. What is that? Grammar part. In this grammar part, we must very essential thing is that is knowing about parts of speech. Parts of speech. So, let us see these parts of speech, how it is helpful. Any language includes letters together form words. Words become phrases. Phrases become sentences. These become paragraph. All paragraphs together form a story or a lesson, whatever it is. These it can be. In this English language, we have 26 letters, and these together form words like. So, these phrases. In every sentence, if we know that all these, what is a sentence like? It's a group of phrases or words or letters, we can say. In this, so there must be a meaning, in a sense, so that then only it can be called as. So, then we should know that the arrangement of words, these words should be arranged in a proper way, which gives a meaningful thought or a sense, so that then only it is called sentence. So in a proper way we should arrange these words. So that is why we should know that grammar. In this way, in the grammar part, if we come to that grammar part, so we must know parts of speech. We must know parts of speech. Let us see that. What are parts of speech? Bhasha, bhaga. We know that. In this, we know that there are 8 parts of speech in English along with articles. What are those? Let us see. Number 1, noun. Number 2, pronoun. Number 3, adjective. Number 4, verb. Number 5, adverb. Number 6, prepositions. Number 7, conjunctions. And number 8, interjections. And along with these, we have another articles. So, today in our class, let us see what is a noun, what is a pronoun, and what is an adjective. These 3, let us see in our today's class. Are you ready? Okay. So now let us come to our first parts of speech is noun. Then what do you think of a noun? So what is that? Let us see. We know that we have all names. So many names are there. So what are those? For example, we have names to persons. We have names to places. We have names to things. We have names to flowers. We have names to fruits. We have names to leaves, trees, isn't it? There are so many names for that. So if we call all these with a name, that is called a noun. Simply what we know that noun is a naming word. Simply noun is a naming word. So noun is a naming word which is used to name the persons, places, or things. This is called a noun. So we can name persons like. What are those persons' names like? Examples. What are those persons means? For example, Sai, Rama, Satish, Shyam, Raja, Pakan. So many are there. Like that, all these are the names of persons. Like. So places means, for example, Kotagudem, Cherla, Bhadrachalam, Khammam, Delhi. All these come under that places. What do you think that the things, for example, chair, table, cot, pen, pencil, bag, all these, so many are there. Even flowers also, all these come under the two things, and of course no problem. But here flowers like roses, lotus, chrysanthemum, isn't it? Hibiscus, etc. All these fruits are there. Tell me mango. Next watermelon, custard apple, etc. There are so many. Even leaves also. You know that. All these rose leaf, lotus leaf, chrysanthemum leaf, hibiscus leaf, tamarind leaf, neem leaf, trees also. All these come under that. Like that we know. What are these? All these a noun. So simply we know that it's a name. Noun come under a name. All names are called nouns. So this is all about nouns. There are so many types of nouns. Of course, proper noun, common noun, countable noun, abstract noun. So like that there are 8 like, but let us see deeply in our next class. This is all about the noun. So we know that it's a naming word. Simply naming word. That is about the noun. Let us see another pronoun. What is another? A pronoun. Number 2, pronoun. In this also we have noun. That means we know that is also a naming word. But pronoun means there is something different, you know. Let us see, for example, in this, before going to the definition, let us see some examples here. One or two sentences like, for example, Sai is a good student. He always goes to school regularly. Rajita is his sister. She is a student of same school. This is an example. Let us see, Sai is a good student. He, what we have used here? He. He means it denotes the Sai. The name Sai. So that means we can understand instead of this noun, Sai is a noun, you know that. And instead of that, Sai is a good student, Sai always goes to school regularly. Not like that, we are not saying like that. Instead of that Sai, we are using that he word. This kind of words are known as pronouns. So these pronouns are the, of course, nouns of course, but as used as pronouns, you know that instead of nouns, it can be used instead of nouns. He. Here also, Rajita is the noun. And she means Rajita. In this story, this he means Sai, she means Rajita. For example, in another paragraph, Rama is a good player. He plays cricket very well. In this you see here he. He also. This is also a pronoun of course, but it denotes Rama here in the sentence. But here he, Sai. That means these words can be used for many, common for everyone. So this kind of words are known as pronouns. Now let us come to the definition. What is a pronoun? Pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. This is simple. So noun is a word that is used instead of a noun. Here also he. Here also he means here Rama. Again we can keep here Rama plays cricket very well. But these there is something missed, the link. So that we must know that these pronouns are most essential while in a communicate. He denotes that the persons or any other. She also. That means she and boy like. She means girl like. So this is about pronouns. What are the pronouns? Other pronouns? There are so many pronouns. Let us see. He, she, it, this, that, these, those, I, we, you, they. Like that, we can see these pronouns. What are these? Pronouns. So, he, she, it, this, that, these, those, I, we, you, they. All these come under the pronoun category. Got my point? So, this is about pronoun. These can be used. He can be used for males. She can be used for females. It can be used for neutral gender like. So, this also for things like. That also for things. These means plural things. Those plural things but are far away. And I for myself. For example, I am speaking about here. Isn't it? So, my name is Shadish. I am teaching English. So, you can understand here, my name is Shadish. Shadish already name is there. I am means that who is speaking there. That person denotes as I. First person. We, plural form of first person. Manamu, memu. You, neevu, meeru. Singular ki plural ki you. They, varu, avi. Even animals like also we can use that they. So these are all pronouns. Okay. Nice. Let us see another third one. That is about adjective. The third one is, now in our class, is adjective. Let us see an adjective. What is an adjective? So let us see that some examples here. What is an adjective like? You see here, beautiful, red roses, short boy, tall tree, huge mountain. Like this, in this, we know that, for example, 10 papers, even 10 number also. Even all these, beautiful means beautiful girl, beautiful flower, isn't it? So that is beautiful. But red roses, in this we know that roses, boy, tree, mountain, papers. What do you think of these? You know that all these are nouns. But these nouns, how they are? The boy is, you know that boy. But he is short. He is short. అంటే అతను పొట్టిగా ఉన్నాడు. బాయ్ ఎలా ఉన్నాడో చెబుతుంది. బాయ్ అనేది ఏంటి? నౌన్. నౌన్ ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తుంది? అది డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తుంది లేదా మాడిఫై చేస్తుంది. కాబట్టి ఈ మాడిఫై చేసేటువంటి ఈ వర్డ్ని షార్ట్ బాయ్, లాంగ్ బాయ్, టాల్ బాయ్, లాంగ్ రోడ్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, isn't it? Very big basket, isn't it? So like that, big means it's a, we know that the basket, of course we know that, but big means there is some enough space, isn't it? So like that we can understand. It is describing, it is modifying. So that what we can understand here, an adjective. Adjective is a word. An adjective is a word which is used to, otherwise let us write like this, which modifies the nouns. Okay, got my point. So nouns are pronouns like isn't it? Whatever it is, that is the noun modifier. That is called an adjective. So these are all an examples like. Let us see one more example in a sentence like. This is a classroom of 6th, and there are 25 students in the 6th class, and okay, enough. In this 25 is also a number, of course, it also an adjective. In our school, there is a beautiful garden. There is a beautiful garden. Beautiful is an adjective. Garden. We see red roses, yellow roses, pink roses. These come under that pink, yellow and red are adjectives of roses. Roses, of course, but they are in color pink, yellow and red like. So like this we can understand that the modifier of nouns. These red, yellow, pink also modifying that roses how they are. So that we can understand that is an adjective. Okay. So this is the class today's for now. I hope you understand it very well. If any doubts or suggestions, you please comment in the comment box, and please do subscribe to our education, our thoughts channel, and encourage us. Thank you.